If you need cheap games or cheap codes, head on over to g2a.com. The links will be down below in the description. Use Dirty at checkout. Team of the season has arrived.
What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike, and today we are continuing the six-a-side. I got a new headband. I don't know if it's a good look or not. You guys can let me know. I thought I was going to be a ninja based on the pictures that I saw, but I don't know if it came out quite to ninja status on me. The models looked a little bit different. Today we're trying to keep our undefeated streak alive. We're facing off against the Texans, which you might have seen in an earlier episode. We play a couple teams twice. This team has won the league before, so it's always going to be a competitive, probably a heated match. In the previous game, we saw blue cards, people being sent off. Basically, everybody had to leave out of here at the end of that match. So hopefully we don't have to go through that again. One quick disclaimer, my lovely cameraman left the Rode mic on, so we now have no battery, no Rode mic, so if the audio doesn't sound as good, no, we're not going downhill in the series. It's his fault, and I didn't have a backup. Just wanted to throw that out there. It will be a temporary one episode with not as good audio.
Match number 4, and you might see a couple faces that don't look so familiar. We've got two fill-ins that might take part later on in the season with Chris and Felipe, and I need to start out by saying if my voice does not sound that crisp, not that clear, a little bit of some raspiness, I've been feeling well. I talked about it in my previous video. I came under some sort of cold. It happens, and we are up against the Texans, the second time we're going to play them in this season. And this team is organized, they've got a good strategy, and they have a lot of talented players with grown man muscle, as unfortunately we go down 1-0. And let me tell you a little bit about our two players that are making their debut. Chris played D1 football or D1 soccer in the U.S. Even though he's very small, you should never underestimate him. He's got a really good vision, as you see there, pinpoints it to me. We just hit the post. He's also just very nifty on the ball. The way that he's able to wiggle around people, he's good with his body. Don't underestimate him is the key here. Look at that little step over. Take a rip. Not a bad shot. It was drifting, and the follow-ups not really on target either. Jose with his weak foot trying to put something on frame. And this goalkeeper that we're up against is outstanding. And I do want to say, going forward in this series, I want to show more of the saves that are being made on both ends. A lot of talented goalkeepers, and I just feel like I'm doing Alex a disservice not showcasing how good he actually is. That's our goalkeeper. If you're brand new, this is the first episode. Check out some of the other episodes. But there are a few goalkeepers in this league that are just incredible. Surely they could have played or did play in college, and they're very athletic, and their reactions are on point, and they make or break a lot of the matches. If they're on point, if they're doing what they need to do, if they're feeling themselves a little bit, everything's flowing, rhythm is looking at a premium, then it's almost impossible to beat them unless something comes off the wall, you get a rebound, or maybe something sweaty. Debatable handball there. A little bit of some hold-up play. But that's the story on Chris. Played D1 soccer. He's a center mid or probably a winger by his natural position. Going to be an attacking center mid. You might be able to get away with playing him up top, but he would have to have a big guy to play off of, in my opinion. This is poor marking here, poor communication on our end. Guy kind of loops in a little bit late. Nobody picks him up, tap in. We're down 2-0. Not how you want to start a match. Jose finds my feet, and we miss a double big opportunity there. I think it's the second time that I kind of crammed one off the post in this match as well. I'm not sure if it counts as a post, but off the yellow. If you hit the yellow, there's always a chance that can bounce in for you, and it hasn't gone our way. At halftime, we're down 2-0. We looked kind of flat in the first half. And definitely were outplayed. We still made some good chances, but the overall flow of the game and the build-up, it wasn't our best material. As Jose picks me out, that's just a poor finish. I didn't know what to do with it. He's approaching. Should I go left? Should I go right? Just a poor finish. As Jose takes another shot, and you can see the keepers making moves. If you want to see more of the matches as well, drop a thumbs up on this video. I can make them a little bit longer, but you see some of the plays that have good development, good build-up, maybe a good save, but it doesn't always end in a goal, especially in some of the lower scoring games such as this one, because we've seen some games where there were 7, 8, 9, 10 goals, but I don't think you're going to see that in this match, as Alex with just another brilliant save. getting picked apart. I think in this game we had a lot of guys that were either dedicated to the attack or dedicated to the defense, and our midfield was sort of wide open. And I do want to throw it out there. This is the biggest indoor facility I've ever played at. I think I've played at probably 12 to 15 indoor facilities over the years, and this is the largest pitch as we pick up a foul. It's an important foul because Tim steps up to the spot and he got us. I got us on the board. Second goal of the season. Appreciate you, Tim. Maybe I need to get one of those crazy Petr Cech headbands. Look at that nutmeg. Whew. Close those legs. And that's a foul, man. That's pretty malicious in my opinion. I know Chris not the biggest guy, and that's what he was complaining about, but he can't put somebody into the walls. Gets a blue card, which I will remind you, that means that the opponent's squad, one of their players has to sit out for 2 minutes, or if you score, they can go back to full strength. It really resembles identical to the power play in NHL. So if you're a hockey fan, you got that reference, you get it, it makes sense. Pick up another foul. Things are getting heated. These games are always aggressive. There's always a little bit of tension, but it's competitive tension. After the match, we all shake hands. I mean, a lot of us have played against each other throughout different leagues or different matchups. Some intricate build up here, trying to find space. It's a beautiful find from Jose. Off the volley, kind of off the volley as well, and I'm not able to do anything with it. I did not connect well. As you see, Chris is really all over the place. I didn't know how valuable he was in this game until I watched it back. Left-footed strike. I would have liked to see if that was heading to the top corner. That's where I was aiming. As you see, I think that guy's name is Miguel, and he's probably their most versatile attacking player because he's big, he's husky, but he still has that explosion. He can finish with both feet, as we just cannot buy a goal, cannot purchase one. Tried to get some FIFA points and a goal, like a +1, and it didn't happen for us as we're still working the ball around. We're relentless. Another one off the post. Just nothing for us. Jose's looking, finds me off the wall. Great find. I'm using the wall here to try to put it in the middle. It deflects around, and I have no idea how George got a back heel there, but we'll take it. Beautiful goal as well. One of the better goals of the season. Shows his class as a striker. Shows his natural ability to finish a goal. Or to make something out of nothing. As you see me here back working on the walls. Once again, not my best move. Try to cut inside, doesn't work. Goalkeeper, who's usually outstanding on the ball, usually just brilliant. Very poor mistake, and it almost turns out being the third goal, the go-ahead. As Tim takes a shot, it deflects. Still a mess in there. They can't get it out. Jose got his eyes up, finds George. He just scored a back heel, and there it is. There it is. We're ahead, 3-2. Less than a minute left. And we're trying to set up shop. We're trying to hold the ball a little bit. And the clearance isn't bad, but George loses the 50-50, and we kind of switch off. I wish I was still in the match. This is where I specialize of kind of holding up the game, drawing late fouls, you name it, and we give up a late equalizer. So 3-all, still a positive result, but still got that bitter taste in your mouth.
First draw of the season. We are staying undefeated. And I think we showed a lot of heart in the second half to get back into that match because we were terrible in the first half. It was very flat. Nobody stretched. We had new players making their debut. And we weren't on the same page. And unfortunately, we gave up that 90th minute feel. If you play a lot of FIFA, at the end of the game, they slid by us. Bad turnover, trying to hold the ball. We got punished for passing around the back. But let me introduce you guys to a couple of our new players that might make more appearances. We had a couple injuries, so I'm not sure if these guys are going to be in future games yet or not.
So we're here with Felipe, who does not have a jersey yet. We need to get him one. I didn't realize we were going to have so many people missing today. And Chris filled in. You'll probably see a lot more of Chris. I've played on a few different teams with you in the past.
Talk to us about that foul. Because this team, last time, people were getting kicked off. The game did not end up looking so good towards the end. It got kind of nasty. Was it on purpose? Was it an accident? You've played against them before in other leagues.
I mean, I don't want to assume to be in someone else's head. You know, I only saw it from my point of view. But I do have history with that player. He's run after me a couple times in the past. Playing a tough opponent. It's always tough. It's always going to get chippy. So, you know, it's just part of the game at the end of the day.
And what do you think changed from our first half to our second half performance? Because I thought we were just so flat in the first half, and then we picked up the energy a little bit after halftime.
Well, I think, you know, going in, we were 2 down, I think, right? You know, I think we just got a little bit mad, realized we needed to step it up, and stepped up to the challenge, stepped up to the plate. So,
how did you feel about the match? Your debut on this team?
I thought we played a little slow in the first half. We kind of picked it up in the second. I think it was just a matter of just pressing more. Because we had the ball, we just weren't taking chances, basically.
I felt like we had too many players that were similar on at the same time. Like myself and George both sit up top a lot and kind of win the balls, classic target men. And then we weren't chasing back and we left easy gaps. The goals they had were more misposition goals, in my opinion. And unfortunately, we gave up a goal at the end there, which made me sad. I was hoping you were going to put something in the back of the net.
I was trying. I mean, I came in with like 5 seconds left, so it wasn't enough. But I think at the end, we kind of tried to pass the ball around too much in the back, like you said earlier. And also, we had like a divide between, like, we had some guys that were strictly forwards and some guys that were strictly defenders, so there was like nothing in the middle, basically.
And where do you feel most comfortable playing? Because when I've played with you before, I've seen you up top, I've seen you leap from the midfield. Never really as a defender, but...
I like playing mid because I get to go back and then start the counter if we get a chance. I think we did that once when we scored, I think it was the second goal of the score. Oh, no, actually, when we hit like the post like 3 or 4 times.
How many times we hit the post in this match? I'm going to put a counter on screen because inside, it was just bouncing out. And they have a great goalkeeper, so if you don't get the bounces, he's outstanding. Maybe the best goalkeeper in this league, even though he's only like 5'8", but he gets to everything.
Yeah. Plus he comes out, he like closes the angle as well, so
I kicked it on the pitches, they kicked it, I was vicious. They had me doing the dishes, now just watch the way I dish it. Roll with a go on a roll, make it high, pass me the rock and I blast my shot.